Hi kindergarten, it's Mr. Boatfield. So now we're on week 2. Congratulations, and I'm so excited to see what you're gonna create today. We've already talked a little bit about line, so remember you can describe line with different words. There's the zigzag line, we have wavy line, wavy like the hills, wavy like the ocean. You could even do castle line, so think about the walls of a castle. There's so many different types of line, and you can even make up your own. We've also talked about shape. So here's some common shapes, maybe a square, rectangle, so really long square, circle, triangle, and more. Maybe you even know some 3D shapes too. 3D shapes are the ones that you can hold in your hand. Here I have a cylinder, has a circle on one side, but it looks different when you move it around. This one's a cube. This one's made up of squares, but it's 3D, so I can hold it in my hand. This one might look like a triangle, but on the bottom it's a circle. This is what we call a cone. Today, I want you to use line, shape, and also color. So remember, we were talking about color as well. I want to see all that you can do today. Today, you have your artistic license. That means you get to decide what you create. I'm gonna show you some options. I'm gonna bring the camera closer so you can see what I'm gonna do. Okay, so for today, I have some paper. You could use a small piece of paper. You could use a big piece of paper. Also, you have an artistic license. So let's say you wanna make something out of Play-Doh instead. That's totally fine. If you have another idea, that's totally fine. I'm just gonna use paper. I'm also gonna use some crayons, and I'm also gonna use some marker. So I'm just gonna show you a little bit of what I'm doing. You do not have to copy me. Sometimes I like to just start off by creating lines. I'm gonna use a different color, and now I'm gonna add some shapes that I've been thinking about. So here I have some random shapes. I have squares, circles, rectangle, and triangle. I could also do some organic shapes. So these ones that I just did are called geometric shapes. That means they have names, but maybe I can make up my own shape and do something really crazy. So you can also do organic shapes. One other way that you can create lines is you can practice your letters. I remember the letter X from our lesson last time because I remember it's made up of 2 diagonal lines. You could also write words. I'm gonna write Boatfield. Now it's time for color. I'm gonna use some crayons and just give it some color. And no, I don't work this fast, but I wish that I could. I would be Superman if I was. So I have a lot of work done, and I've added some color, but it just needs something, and I don't quite know what I should do. If you're ever in doubt, if you ever just don't know what to do, just start making stuff. Start putting your marker down, make lines, just see what happens. This is all about exploring, because what I'm hoping is that many of you will feel like you can share yours with the class. You can tell us all about it, tell us what shapes you used. Were they organic? Were they geometric? You could trace the shapes that you already created. You could practice your lines, horizontal, some vertical lines, diagonal lines, Do some loop-de-loop lines all over. But who says you can't turn this into a roller coaster? Who says you can't draw your family? I want you to be as creative as you want to be with this project.